Hello and welcome to the big episode number 10. What a milestone for the Factor 50 Football Podcast. With me, Michael Grantham, and as ever, my co-host Adam Farrell. How's it going, buddy?
Hello. High tens. We made it to 10 episodes. Who
Big
knew?
tens.
Nobody
Mad.
nobody asked for it. Nobody wants it, but it's
That
here
gives us an
anyway.
excuse to talk about football for an hour a week.
Yeah, exactly. Hide away from our partners and our lives and talk about football.
Sit in a little room, leave us alone, let us talk about football.
Yeah. Sit in a little room.
I don't care if the kid's quiet.
Oi, we're going to pod it.
Keep it down. It's not a podcast in here.
Do you know what? I listened to our last podcast back and we called our listeners pricks a lot.
Oh, well, that was mostly you, wasn't it? I haven't listened to it yet, which is quite bad to admit.
It is quite bad.
It's on my listen list.
Brilliant. That's what's happening most of the time. People are trying to listen to it.
Bottom of the pile.
Yeah, it was quite funny, but yeah, we'll try not to call you pricks this time.
Well, you've done it twice already now.
I haven't aimed at anybody. I'm just saying words.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. So, Mike, this week, big news for you this week because you were messaging me and you got a date night.
A night out on the town.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How did you wine and dine your Beverly over there?
We went out for dinner, came home, went to bed as early as possible.
Yeah, actually, regret it. Stayed up far too late.
We were actually, I think we were back about 11, so it wasn't unreasonable. And it wasn't. We weren't like going out or anything. I didn't have any alcohol or anything like that. I'm not that ridiculous. But we went to Miller and Carter, the steakhouse place, which is lovely. That was nice and Christmassy as well. It's all decorated out, obviously now, and food was lovely. Went out to the cinema as well, not particularly because we were desperate to like see anything. It's just one of those experiences that you don't get to do very often, isn't it? Anymore.
Yeah, that did make me laugh a little bit because I was like, right, going to go out for some nice food. We're going to spend some time together as a couple. But what we decided to do is sit in a dark room, not talk to each other for 2.5 hours.
Be quiet. I just want to sit in silence. It was actually really nice to sit down and watch a film. I don't know about you, but the last time I watched TV without having the subtitles on, because like basically reading TV, it's been years since we've had George and Henry. We're just, because there's always noise. I have to watch TV through subtitles. Like you can kind of see it in the background. Yeah, so it was nice to watch a film. Like just the audio in the cinema was nice and loud. You could sit down. There was no like shit. Kids awake. I'll go and put them back to sleep. Just sit down and watch a film. And watch it. You'd have to read it, which is lovely. Do you not have the subtitles on though?
No. We're not a subtitle household.
I can't do it anymore without subtitles. And now, like, even if the boys aren't in or something, I just have subtitles and everything.
Really? You're watching like Squid Game forever. It's basically what's going on here.
I haven't seen Squid Game, but I don't understand that reference.
Just dubbed, and it's all subtitles basically.
Fair enough. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. At least you managed to get out. You had a nice, lovely time.
Exactly. It was lovely. Yeah, it was lovely. What you been up to this week?
Well, we went and saw the big man himself. We saw Santa. We went and saw Santa. We've gone early. We went early this year.
Is he out already? 26th of November?
He's out and about. It was a really good one, actually. So we went to a place called Magic Alley in Stratford-upon-Avon. Shout it out. Very nice place.
Okay,
but it's actually really difficult. So you walk in and it's got like lots of different rooms. And it's almost like an escape room to see Santa almost. You've got answer questions on these picture boards to fill out the correct answers to get into the next room. And they've got a certain age group. So Alma had it because she's 6, so it was nice and easy. And then we took Amberly as well, obviously 13. She doesn't care for Santa, but she's coming along anyway. And that was a much more complicated one. So she was there doing algebra at one point, trying to solve these fucking clues. And I was like,
you've really got to work to see Santa now, haven't you?
I'm out. I can't do this.
You'll never see Santa.
Yeah, but it was good. So got into the bit where you see Santa, and like most places now, if they're a good Santa place, the parents fill out a form beforehand to tell them about the kids and what they've been up to. So when you go in and meet Santa, Santa's like, "Oh,
he's clued up.
Alma, I see you've been doing X, Y, Z." But the funniest bit was we didn't tell Amberly this. So Amberly's the 13-year-old, so she walked in and the Santa was like, I see your favorite band is Pulp. Very good. And you've been performing in this play. And she's like, How do you know this?
Stalker.
Yeah, it's like, it's scaring me.
She's lying awake at night now, terrified.
Yeah. So no, that was good. Decorations are up, which is good. And I've just come off my lunch break. We're recording this on a Wednesday, and I watched like half of The Budget, and it was really fun. Have you seen The Budget ever? Have you ever listened to watch that?
Have I fuck?
Well, you should do, mate, because you're a business owner, and it's going to affect
It-
you.
If you put a list of general activities that I could be doing, watching The Budget is below the very bottom.
Do you know what? It was
Down
like
there with
school
our ironing.
That Bev's dropped in it.
No, we just don't iron. We don't iron. Fuck that.
Fair enough. But it was like school kids. It was like she was trying to tell everyone what the budget is, and they were all there like, rah, 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 rah. And like,
Yeah, I've seen
no
clips
white
of like House of Commons shit.
It was
They're just all a
mental.
bunch of wankers. Just shut up.
Yeah, it was.
These are people
mental,
running the
but-
country.
So yeah, it was nice. And if we wanted to during this podcast, we don't actually have to talk about football. If we didn't want to this week, we could just talk about anything. But
All I want to talk about is football, mate. Come on.
I don't want to talk
No?
about football.
You sure?
No,
You sure? Why not?
don't. Well, I'm not sure if I like it anymore.
Yeah, giving up. That's it. Season's over. If it was, would you say if it was if you were playing FIFA or what's it? Is it FC something now? It's called something different now, isn't it? It's not FIFA. But if you were playing that, would you be turning off and on again now at this stage of the season?
Well, yeah, I would have saved it a long
Rage
time
quit.
ago. Yeah, quit that, restart. It would have been yeah, it's difficult. So yeah, it was a difficult day for Man United, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
So should we start with the United game?
If we must.
Yeah.
Let's
So
get into
you
it.
played on. Actually, you played Monday night, didn't you?
Yeah,
You were the
Monday
last
night.
the last game, and you were in 11th or 12th, and you had the opportunity to go 4th or 5th.
We could have gone 4th if we had like a big swinging goal difference, but it probably would have been 5th. Yeah.
Yeah. So the stage was set, home under the lights, live on TV, and then Everton ridiculously go down to 10 men. I suppose we'll get to that in a minute, I suppose. And I wasn't watching, but then I saw the red card like notification on my pop up on my phone, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a shame. That's that game ruined. And then it didn't quite work out that way. So what happened?
I don't know what happened. I don't know how we lost that game. I was the same as you. So the red card happened, and I'm like, which was amazing, by the way. Like, I love stuff like that. Where so if
Ridiculous
somebody,
stuff.
if somebody hasn't seen it, so Michael Keane and Idrissa Gueye end up having a bit of a scuffle, and Michael Keane pushes Gueye twice, and Gueye just sort of hits him in the face loosely. I actually don't think the referee should have sent him off. Like, come on.
Do you
Like,
not?
use a little bit of tact there. There's just two players of the same team cracking on. Just break them apart. Go, look, guys, what you doing? It's a bit of handbags.
Grow up.
Yeah, no, you grow up.
You grow up. Don't think so. You grow up.
I'm not crying. You're crying. That's basically what they were saying to each other. But the referee could have yellow carded them maybe at the most, and that would have been the end of it. It would have been. It's one of those things we were talking about last podcast again, where the referees followed the absolute letter of the law and sent him off, when actually it would have been better for all parties if he just uses a bit of common sense in that situation. Goes, okay, well, doesn't need a red card. Just needs.
Do you think it was quite telling that Michael Keane, once he was sent off, he was basically saying, to Idrissa Gueye, he was saying, get off, get out of there, rather than protesting to the ref and being like, oh, come on, don't worry about it. It was just heat of the moment kind of thing. I think they clearly don't like each other, or there's something that's gone on in the dressing room or something maybe.
There was something brewing beforehand, clearly. Like, it's so early on in the game for it to completely spill over. Something would have happened beforehand. I haven't heard any rumours of what it was, so I'd like to hear some of those rumours. But yeah. So when that happened, I was like, oh my god, yeah, we're gonna win. It's gonna be 6 games unbeaten.
It's happening.
It's happening. And let me just read out some stats from this game. So if you just looked at the stats and you didn't know the score, the stats would make you think, okay, Man United won this game like 4-0. Possession, 69.9. Expected goals, 1.71 to United, 0.21 Everton. Shots, 25 United, 3 Everton. Shots on target, 6 United, 1 Everton. Passing accuracy, 87.9% Man United, 67% Everton. Red cards, 1 Everton, 0 Man United. How the hell did we lose that game? It doesn't make any sense. And it was really disappointing because I think there were some players in there who had to step up. So Xerxes obviously came in as a striker, hasn't played barely all season. And you go, look, this is your big chance. Either to get back in the team or to put yourself in the shop window for January transfers. And he did come close to scoring. He had a great header, which was amazing save by Pickford. Pickford just would not be beaten during this game, but he could have done better. I think Ahmad could have done better several times, and Dye was just like racing through our midfield. Again, we looked very open in midfield. It was just incredibly disappointing not to score. Do you know what I mean? Down to 10 men for 80% of the game. How did we not score against them?
Yeah.
It's insane.
You'd expect to have enough chances to at least get back in it, wouldn't you? But to be fair, David Moyes is good at that. Like, he's good at setting teams up to protect leads and stuff, isn't he?
He is. But you wrote down a stat, didn't you? That what was this? Moyes' first win at Old Trafford in 17 attempts or something?
As the away manager.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, as home manager, maybe that might be true as well, really.
Yeah, that might have been true. But I think what happens now is like the whole mindset changes a little bit. So we come back off 5 games unbeaten, but you look at that and you go, well, we won the first 3 games of that run. The following 2 were draws, and then this one's a loss. And now all of a sudden we haven't won in 3. And then
the complexion turns around, doesn't it?
The narrative has totally changed. And I saw pretty crazy stats. We spoke about it before on a couple of podcasts ago, where I don't believe the system's going to work because it doesn't allow us to dominate possession as much. With Ruben Amorim, the stats sort of back this up really. He gets 1.73 points per game when we have less than 50% possession. And if we have a game where we have over 50% possession, we only get 0.79 points. So it shows we're better when we have less possession of the ball. And that is unsustainable to get to where we need to get to. The underlying numbers, as you love to call them, are not looking great at the minute.
I'm not the one quoting all these underlying numbers, mate.
And then I think Ruben Amorim's had 39 games in Premier League, 45 points. That is shit.
That's very close to relegation, isn't it? Yeah, so he's had a whole season, but obviously not a full season, but he's had a season's worth of games now, just over.
Yeah, and you got to caveat
points.
last season a little bit because you come in like ridiculous circumstances, crazy injuries. Like it was set up to fail last year, and then this year you go, okay, we've had a preseason, we've got some players in, we're looking for a bit of momentum, and it looked like we had it, and then all of a sudden it just absolutely crumbles. Like at one point, I wish fucking Xerxes and Dorgu would hit each other and they both got sent off. We might have had more chance of winning. Like they were shit.
Were they arguing, or were they just both really bad?
No, they're both just really bad. They're terrible. Like Dorgu had an excellent preseason, and I was like, right, we've sort of solved that wing back position there, and he's been really bad recently. Xerxes, for me, is not a striker, and when he played for his previous company, Jesus Christ, I've just come off a work call.
Somebody's watching too much budget.
When he played for his previous club, that's tickled me. That has. Again, he played as like a number 10 to play behind the striker. Fuck it, this point's gone. It doesn't matter.
Move on.
Yeah, budget. Fuck it now. Xerxes shit.
Wow. Yeah, I take your point though. He doesn't seem to have had much success as a striker, or as a number 10, or as a footballer.
It's not looking good for him at the minute. So yeah, it's tough. And I think our next game is away to Crystal Palace. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
You're in trouble.
Yeah. Do you know what though? Again, it's really frustrating because we were in the hunt and still are, but it looks like because of the run we're on, like we could challenge for top 4. I'm not saying we would have got top 4, but we were there or thereabouts. We could have definitely got it. If we strung some results.
You still are, like, you're 3 points away from 4th.
Yeah, it could still happen. It's so close, but it just feels like it's always the typical United thing. It's like we're back. And then we get a stupid result like this, and it's 2 step forwards. So 1 step forward, 2 steps back, always, which is frustrating.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah. So
That's it.
yeah.
Were there any other standout points from the game, or is it one of those forget it as quickly as possible?
I think the only thing is just Pickford was amazing. Like, and it's good
Was he?
news coming.
He did get me
into
10 points in fantasy football.
Well, that'd be because of all the saves he made. Yeah, he was
Excellent.
he was really good. Like, he made really good saves. Like I said, that header from Xerxes that he saved was excellent. There was 2 headers from Xerxes. One where it was high, which he should have saved, but then there was one where Xerxes was heading it into the corner and Pickford full stretch tipped it around the post. Was really good. And I actually looked at that Everton team. They've got some good players in there. You know, and Dyes looked really good. Grealish, Dewsbury Hall. Idrissa Gueye, I think it's actually pretty good as well if he stops hitting his own
Yeah, he
players.
is. I think that's the one difference with this team that Moyes has got. He's got the solid foundation, but he's got 1 or 2 like match-winning moment players in his forward line now. I don't think they've got have they got a great centre forward? They haven't really got Moyes has never really done that well with a centre forward, but he's got number 10s behind that who, like Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall score this game?
Yeah, he did.
He's got players like that who, rather than just grinding out a 0-0, they can go and get you a goal, and then they can defend that pretty well because they've always been pretty defensively solid. So I think they could have a good season actually, and they've started in the new stadium quite well as well, haven't they? So
they have. I think they're
Let's
on
see.
level on points of us now. So yeah, if we're only 3 points behind, then they are too, top 4. It's so close.
It's 12th place is Liverpool, who we might mention at the end. 18. They're on 18 points. Everton 18 points ahead of Liverpool on goal difference. You're on 18 points. I think you're ahead of Everton only on goals scored because you've got like identical records. That's how close it is. So yeah, all of you are on. Oh no, and Spurs as well, who we'll come on to. All on 18 points. So it's proper tight in that sort of upper mid-table kind of area.
Yeah, it is tight, isn't it? Yeah. But that's lucky for us because, you know, we shouldn't be anywhere near it if we're honest at the minute. It's only because all the other teams are dropping points, and it's so competitive. But let's move on.
Everyone, yeah.
Move on. Except for Arsenal, no one's beating Arsenal, are they? Do my head in. Let's go back to the battle like a buffet.
What can we say?
Enjoy a game of football again. I must say, I watched the extended highlights of this game, and fucking hell, you looked really good, really good. Well, how did you see it play out?
Yeah, we were good. It was fucking awesome. We won the derby 4-1, so that's it. No, we were really good. All like flowing open play goals. I think we knew, or Arteta knew what was coming, and he set the team up perfectly because Thomas Frank went to a back 3, and rather than having, I know Gyökeres is not fit, but rather than having a centre forward basically fight 3 huge physical centre backs, he plays Mikel Merino, who he nominally is our centre forward, but he's not a centre forward.
No,
so he then just goes, "Fuck, I'm not fighting you 3. I'm going to fuck off into midfield." And the 3 centre backs are like, "I got nothing to do. There's no one here. What do I do?" And then we've got this overload in midfield, and we just cut through them, and it just works so well. And a player like Eza is perfect for that because then we've got space in that sort of edge of the box pocket, and he's such a good finisher from that kind of range. He's the sort of player we were just crying out for last season, and you know, we fed him 4 or 5 chances he could have had, 4 or 5 goals, and he finished 3 of them unbelievably well. The thing that I loved about his goals were he's not waiting to like get it set perfectly. He's not trying to, you know, have it on his instep and curl it into the top corner or whatever. He's getting a little bit of space and he's just kind of pinging it as soon as he can. All 3 goals were kind of, the first one was he shot, but you know, the defender's legs are right there. On another day, or another player might kind of try and take it round that guy and the angle gets closed down or something, or it gets blocked. But he's just like, the chance is there, fuck it, hit it. And that
he's
worked.
really
the
good
second
at that.
goal
really good at that.
was
like
such a good, yeah.
When I just want to cut in there because what you were saying there is absolutely bang on. So if you watch the England game where he scored for that, where Foden plays him through,
Of course.
Eze, like for me, when he hit it, I was like, he hit that way too early. Like I thought he would have taken the touch and dragged it into the box, but he just hit it first time, bang into the top corner. And yeah, you're right, his goals this game, they were amazing, really good.
Ridiculous. The second goal, I think my favourite was the third, but the finish for the second goal, because he's kind of swiveling on his weak foot, and it's not set perfectly. It's kind of bobbling. Like that finish is just unbelievably. Like he makes it look so easy, but I don't. It's a really hard finish. And the third goal, I love those goals where the striker puts like a defender comes in to try and block it, and they just slide past and they just keep
Oh
going,
yeah,
and the striker's just like,
yeah.
oh, just finish that into the corner. It's so
Where you
satisfying. So I think
let
that
it
was my
roll.
favourite. But they were all, they were so good.
It was so
Yeah,
good. Where you let it roll across his
it's
body,
like,
and then boom.
yeah, he beats the man and sends him like a couple of meters past him on the on his arse without even touching the ball. And it's like, I couldn't even comprehend doing that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And also, the Saka for the first half just looked on fire. Like every time he got the ball, you were like,
Oh yeah,
something's going to happen.
yeah. He's in. I think he started not slowly but sort of quietly, because he's had performances like this where he's not getting goals and assists, but he's so influential. And every time he gets the ball, he creates a chance, or he sets somebody else up, or has a shot himself. And he's leading by example, because obviously Erdegaard's out, Deweke been out, Wirtz is out basically the whole season. He has been, I don't even want to say it because I'm going to jinx it, but he has been consistent this season with being on the pitch. And I think he's starting to get into the flow a little bit. He's unbelievably good.
So
Yeah,
let's play this out, right? Because am I right in saying that Eze's playing in that number 10 role where you would expect Odegaard?
not really. He's left 8. So we've got a 6, Zubimendi. Oh no, sorry. Rice is playing left 8. Eze
Yeah.
is playing right 8. But in this game, and in a couple of recent games, Marino is kind of more occupying the space. If you look at like the average position map, Marino dropping deep is more in the sort of Erdegaard role, and Eze is actually like a false 9 kind of position. He's further ahead of Marino. So out of possession, yes, that's where Eze's going to sit. But when we've got the ball, him and Marino are kind of swapping. Because Marino is not, he's not the focal point of the attack. He is a midfielder, so his natural instinct is to come into midfield. So rather than try and square peg round hole it, he is being allowed to just come into midfield and do his thing, and he's using his technical quality, I guess. I think because he's a big guy, and you think of him as like a defensive midfielder, he's overlooked for his technical ability, and like his pass for Trossard for the first goal, unbelievable. I didn't realise he had that in his locker, but technical Spanish midfielder. Just because he's big doesn't mean he's not got like technical quality. So he's actually kind of linking up. We've got these attacking creative players buzzing around, but in and around where he is, and he's kind of dropping in and freeing them up to go and do their thing. And that's why you're seeing Eze, Saka, and Trossard as well, who definitely deserves a mention because he's been unbelievable. He's our leading goal scorer and assister this season. And if you rewind 3 months, most people would probably say like, oh, how's Trossard going to get any minutes in this team? And now I think he's got 6 goals and 4 assists this season.
Wow.
I think he's in a form of his life, genuinely. Yeah, he's been really good Trossard. But because he's a bit older, he's more familiar name. Like I don't think he gets his flowers as much as Saka, Erdegaard, Eze, sort of the flashier players, if you like.
No, you sort of expect he's like the player that you would expect Arteta to use in a big game where he needs some defensive work being done. He's like a bit more of a work like type of player is what you would expect. What I was getting to the
like
thing.
Carry on.
There's a big delay, isn't there? What I was getting to with the Odegaard question was, do you genuinely think he gets back into this team straight away when he's fit?
Yeah, I think he will. He's the captain. He's like Mikel Arteta's right hand man on the pitch. But it's not straightforward, and there will be games, I reckon, where he's picking horses for courses, and it's if you want more pace, you might have like Martinelli on the left, which means Eza doesn't play there, so he's coming into the middle, and then either Zubamendi and Rice, one of those two, drop out or back into the 6, and Eza's in midfield partner in Odegaard. They did that against West Ham, I think. Zubamendi was on the bench because he was resting Zubamendi, and so Rice played 6, and Odegaard and Eza partnered each other in those two central midfield positions, which as a fan is like, like we're just desperate to see it because that is so much like threat and creativity in central midfield.
Yeah.
But then obviously Odegaard smashed his knee against somebody else and has been out since that game. So we only saw it for about 20 minutes. But there's levels this team can go up with the players who are coming back massively, and I think we're starting to see it because we're scoring more open play goals. Although obviously no one's going to mention that because we're just set piece merchants. 4 goals, no set pieces. I think Nicolas Jovert's got you might be getting his P45 in the post soon. That's appalling.
Yeah, do you know what? You look really good. Does I probably know the answer to this because you're a biased Arsenal fan, but does Eze now? You can't say Eze, can you? Eze.
Yeah.
Does he
Eze,
start?
yeah.
Does he start for England?
I mean, England have got ridiculous attacking options, but I would start him. I think.
Where would you start?
You've got who would? Let me think of alternatives. Saka's on the right, Kane's up front. The left is an option. That's up for debate. And does Tuchel play like 4-3-3? So we've got 3 central midfielders. So we're gonna have like Elliot Anderson, presumably defensive midfielder or number 6 or whatever. Rice. And then you've probably got Bellingham, Eza, Foden. Who else is up for central midfield? Oh, Declan Rice. Fucking hell, he's gonna be in there.
Yeah, it'll be Elliot Anderson, Declan Rice, and then it'll be
another.
The only the place where he has played has been off the left, when he has played. But at the moment, everyone's saying Rashford is probably the considered choice out there, and I think he's played in the last 6 internationals now. Rashford. Rashford didn't start last night for Barcelona. Obviously, came on different because they were down to 10 men against Chelsea, so didn't have that much of an impact. Game. But I would be inclined to start Eze over Rashford on that left hand side.
I think if he keeps up the form, he's definitely good enough to be there. If he keeps up the number of minutes, because he's played so much since Odegaard's been out. So if he keeps playing for Arsenal, he'll play for England. And he's played. So before Odegaard was out, when he was playing for us, he was playing on the left or starting on the left. But he's the kind of player who you can play. He's not a left winger, but he'll just start there and drift inside. And if you've got somebody overlapping, like the left back, or if you've got like Declan Rice does it for us, in that left 8 position, he can get down the left-hand side because he can just run all day long. Then you can get the best out of Eze because he is probably at his best coming in from the left-hand side of the pitch somewhere and getting shots away.
Yeah.
So I think he'd fit in there. I think he'd be fine. Look, whether or not he starts, he's going to be playing a lot for England, isn't he, at the World Cup? Surely, injuries aside, of course.
Yeah, I'd like to see him start. I think he's very, very good.
Yeah, I love him.
Who was that defender? Leonardo DiCaprio, or in your central defence. He played amazing as well.
Piero Hincapié?
Yeah, DiCaprio. His header for the 3rd goal. So I think you were defending, and he puts a massive header, and then straight away you're on the attack again. I was like, where are they getting straight to Declan Rice from? It's like, piss off.
Bayer Leverkusen, he was from. He's on loan actually. He's kind of on one of those loan with an option deals, but it's kind of done almost. Like when we got David Raya, we loaned him it's basically where you buy now, pay later kind of thing, isn't it, for a footballer? But he's Ecuador international. He's an Ecuador international. He's played like 30 odd games for them. Because he's a South American defender, he's basically a hard bastard, and also a bit of a psycho. And I think Gabriel Ainse, formerly of Manchester United, who we looked at last week, he was left back in the Battle of the Bastards. Battle of the Bastards. Battle of the Buffet.
Battle of the Bastards. That's what it should be called. Great.
Yeah, he was. He's coach at Arsenal now, and I don't know whether he was influential in getting Hincapié in, but I think he's having a bit of a positive impact on our defence. And being South American, like Hincapié is going to get on with him. And he's basically, after Gabriel, the next senior pro up. We've got Mosquera. You could bring Calafiori into the left side of centre back. You could play Jurrien Timber can play centre back. He plays there for the Netherlands. But we've got so many options. We've got 8 centre back, 8 defenders, and they're all just like unbelievably good. They would get into. I think they'd get into any other team in the Premier League. And actually, there's a lot of chat among Arsenal fans about Hincapie saying he is the sort of player that Liverpool should have bought. He's a left-sided centre back. He can cover.
Yeah.
He can play left back. He can play left wing back if they're playing a 3. He is exactly the sort of player that they should have gone for, and he was available. We got him. I think it's about 45 million euros is what we will pay. Well, obviously, we haven't paid anything, or we've paid a loan fee or whatever it is. He'd have been an ideal signing for them, but they've gone another way, shall we say, with their recruitment.
Yeah, but that's a great bit of business, isn't it? It's like you know you've got the 2 best centre backs in the Premier League, but you don't stop there. You go, well, let's go get some cover because if one of them
he was. I think he was the last signing we made. And he we basically Kivior went out to Porto, and everyone's thinking like, okay, well, he wanted more game time. Fair enough. He's deputised really well for Gabriel. If he wants to play, get rid of him and let him go and play. And we were sort of, that's our summer business done. We don't need a recruitment. And then the next day, the Orn bomb dropped from David Ornstein, and it was like, fuck, we're getting this like Colombian international for 50 million euros next year. In on loan. He was obviously part of Bayer Leverkusen's unbeaten season as well, so he's got good experience and he's a quality defender. And it just looks like they've pulled signed another one, not from nowhere, but a bit of a left field, not unnecessary, but no one was really expecting us to go and replace Kivior because it was like we've got enough now, I think. But they've just gone again, and I love it.
No one would have moaned, would they? Okay, it feels like you've got a pretty big week where I know the chat's already been Arsenal have won the title and everyone's trying to put the pressure on you and stuff like that. So you've got Bayern in the Champions
League. 6 points, isn't it?
It is only 6 points, but you've got Bayern in the Champions League and then you've got Chelsea. So
big game.
If you beat Chelsea, you're obviously sat in second place at the minute. And we were chatting last night when we watched Chelsea play against Barcelona, and Barcelona were terrible, but I thought Chelsea looked very good as well. So that hopefully will be a really good game. But if you beat them, God, you're in the position where you're surely going to win.
Yeah, well, if we beat Chelsea, we'll be 9 ahead of them, at least 7 against City, and however many ahead of Liverpool. But I think they're pretty much gone now. You can't be. They've lost 6 games already. They'd have to win pretty much every game between now and end of the season. So if we win against Chelsea, we'd be in an unbelievably good position. I'm not counting any chickens, and it's a big if because Chelsea are good. Chelsea are good this season. They've got enough attacking threat to cause anyone problems, I think. And I think if we turn up there and put in like a 5 or a 6 out of 10 performance, they are perfectly capable of beating us. I think if we turn up and play as well as we can, I do think we'll beat them. But we have to, that's probably. I mean, the North London derby is huge, and we've played Liverpool and we've played United and City. But this is probably now the biggest game of the season, just because of the opportunity that it presents itself. And actually, you can make a case that a draw is a decent result for us as well. I don't want a draw. I wouldn't take a draw. But a draw's all right, isn't it? We've started that well that we could have a draw and it wouldn't be catastrophic.
Yeah, but you know what the if it feels like it's like Arteta's playing for a draw, and let's say you end up losing last minute or something, you know what the headlines are going to be. It's going to be Arteta's bottling it again, and he's playing too defensive. Okay, well look, I've had enough of the Arsenal loving. Great, you're good. Oh, brilliant.
You sure? There's no other chat we can do now?
No, but Spurs. Let's talk about Spurs because I think they might be worse than us. So there's been a lot of talk about Frank being under a lot of pressure now. Like the fans of Tottenham are not happy about the way they're playing. I guess they were getting results initially, but now they're not getting the results and they're playing what they consider to be bad football. And the pressure's on, I guess.
Yeah, he's under a lot of. Well, I find it ridiculous that a manager can be under pressure after 12 games when he's got you mid-table and you finished 17th with 22 losses last season. Like, if you're a Spurs fan pissed off at Thomas Frank, like, you need to lower your fucking expectations. You support Tottenham. clip that up and put that on social media. That's a great clip.
That is a great clip. I think the issue's been, so Frank came out on a post-match interview and basically said, like, yeah, we wanted to come out of the blocks and we wanted to sort of press them early, but they didn't. That's not what they did. So
Yeah.
it makes Frank look a bit silly if he's coming out saying this was our plan and the players didn't do it. It's like, well,
Yeah.
it doesn't look great, that.
They're not listening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
their like intensity was, well, they didn't have any intensity. They lost all the 50-50s. And they're playing, obviously, our central midfielders are very, very good. Our defence is very, very good. But it was like men against boys, and it was men who were really trying against boys who didn't really look that bothered.
Yeah.
So they've got enough about them to be sort of mid-table. But if you look at their squad, I'd say that's about where they are. Like they're ninth now. That's probably about where they should be. They haven't got any. Maddison's injured. Xavi Simons is struggling. He's not doing very well.
Yeah.
And the rest of their midfield are kind of like physical, running midfielders. They haven't got creative, technical flair players who are going to create loads of chances. And also,
Well,
that's not really how
but
Thomas
he's
Frank.
injured as well, isn't he? So
Yeah, he's injured. So they've got the sort of the pacey runners to play on the break, which is how Thomas Frank likes to play. But there's nothing in the middle of the pitch to create chances when they're trying to dominate the game. And it's showing in their XG is like per game is like 0. Well, against us it was 0.07. I think against Chelsea it was 0.1 something. They've got no creativity. So yeah, they've got problems. And I think that like Spurs fans are mental. They genuinely think like Van der Ven and Romero are the best centre backs in the Premier League. They think they've got like some of the best players in the world. You need to have a look at the players. Like they're not as good as you think they are.
I think Van der Ven is very good. He would go into most teams. I think Romero's slightly
he'll leave. He'll leave. Yeah.
He'll go to Real Madrid or something. Like, that's where he'll go to. I think he's good enough to do that. It's a shame because I like Thomas Frank. I like the way he talks.
I like Thomas Frank. I don't liking a Spurs manager, but they sort of, whoever goes there, every time they get a new manager, and it's like, oh shit, as an Arsenal fan, he's going to sort them out. He's going to solve their problems. Like Mourinho, Conte, Postecoglou, Frank, and every time it's like, oh, they're getting worse. Like the summary of Tottenham every year is like, and then it got worse. They're just going from like lumbering from mistake to mistake and getting worse and worse.
It is like a fight between us and Tottenham, so Man United and Tottenham, to go, who are the biggest jokes in the league at the minute, and who's going to finish?
El Shitico.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
So they're having a bad time.
Yeah, they are having a bad time. Alisson's goal, though, quick mention on that. Great goal. I think that was their first attempt that they had all game.
That was it. Yeah.
It was a great goal, though.
It was a mad finish. Zubimendi obviously Zubimendi was immense the whole game. He just gets caught one time.
He doesn't know where he's going there. He's running across the line. It's like, what are you doing there? Just pass it off.
There's a pass on there. The weird thing is, so he's trying to get it out to sort of Saka or Timber higher up the pitch. There's a pass on back to Saliba, and it's like, it's not like he delays a second. He delays like 3 or 4 seconds. It's like, pass it. Oh fuck! And then I think it's not Richarlison who robs the ball, is it? Somebody else nicks it off him, and then Richarlison, first time, pretty much the only way he can score from there is put it in the top corner. Because if it's not one of those goals where he lobs the keeper and it goes in halfway up. He lobs the keeper, but it is in the top corner. Like it's an unbelievable. He couldn't do that again if he tried 10 times, 100 times.
And I think Zubimendi as well wouldn't have done that if you weren't 4-0 up. He's obviously
I hope so. I fucking hope so.
Well, he won't do it again, will he?
Spurs have actually got a history, right, of in the North London derby scoring absolute worldies that ultimately mean fuck all. So they got Lamela scored a Rabona from like the edge of the box a few years ago, and then got sent off and they lost 2-1. I love
it. Okay, cool. And actually, you thought the ref was good. Bloody hell! What's happened to you, mate? You feeling all right?
You know me, mate. I'm a fair man. I call it what it is. No, I just put that in there because I just want it to be known. I call out referees when they're not very good, and I will compliment them when they're good. And by the end of this game, obviously I'm thinking about Eze and winning 4-1 and top of the league and all that. But then a few hours later, I'm thinking I didn't actually notice any sort of scandalous Like, there was no point in the game where I was like, "What the hell is this ref doing?" It was just it, and the North London derby is feisty, right?
Well,
So
usually.
actually, I think he managed it very well. I don't think he gave out loads of cards, sort of unnecessarily. But then again, like, he wasn't letting players get away with ridiculous stuff. Even when it did get a bit physical, like Declan Rice got a bit stuck in. I think you didn't notice the ref, and that is a good sign of a refereeing performance, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think so. Right. Let's turn our attention to the jokes of the league, who are even below us. It's
Oh yeah,
Liverpool.
they are. That's mental,
Hey!
isn't it?
You've just been diced
That's
3-0.
dice ball.
Unreal.
That was insane.
Oh, I loved it. It was. They are so bad. So first of all, so Slot starts Isak in this game, I think.
Yeah,
Who's been
yeah.
he's been shit, and he gets hooked to like 60 minutes, doesn't he? Ekatike comes on, who has been one of Liverpool's best players. Ekatike. Why would you not start him? It's like he almost feels like he's got this pressure. I need to play Isak.
If
Like
you
you
spend that
need.
much money, you got to, haven't you? You got to play
No,
him.
yeah, but you got to have the balls to go. Okay, well this isn't working at the moment. He's not ready. Like
He's
maybe try and
playing like
sort
a
him out.
player who hasn't had preseason.
Yeah,
Like, because he was on protest for so long, he's not like match sharp, is he? He looks a absolute shell of last season's Alexander Isak, and he was like one of my favourite players in the league last season. And he's completely, to say like he's been zero for Liverpool is a compliment, isn't it?
yeah.
I saw a stat that he's the first player, I think, in their history to play like the first 4 games he started or something, league games, they've lost
Yeah.
or something like that. That might not be completely correct, or something like that. It was basically all-time kind of levels of bad,
Yeah.
which is
No, I did hear.
hilarious.
I did hear
Yeah,
that. And I thought, Allison come back into this game, so you go, okay, maybe the defense is going to be shored up. Maybe that will solve something. And they
there's
shipped
only so
3
much a
goals.
keeper can do, isn't there? If you're going to face like 15 shots, you're going to concede goals.
Yeah, you definitely are. I actually thought. So, did you see the incident where Forest? I think it was their first goal, but it wasn't a goal. It got ruled out.
The ruled out
Um,
goal, yeah.
'Cause have you seen the replays? I cannot understand how that's been ruled out by VAR.
Yeah, I don't. It was ruled out, but I'm not sure it was, because wasn't the first goal that was given. They were sort of, both of them were kind of up for debate, and they allowed one and ruled another one out or something. But I thought they were both fine. I thought they were both
Yeah,
goals.
one was they gave it as a handball. They said it was like an
Oh
accidental
yeah,
handball, so they ruled it
yeah.
out. Which initially when I saw it, I was like, oh, maybe it bobbled up. And then the replay comes on that VAR saw, and it didn't touch the hand. But they VAR went, yeah, no, referee's right. He's still ruled out. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's weird. I
It was
think Liverpool
really
were
odd.
lucky not to concede more, weren't they? Ultimately,
Yeah, they were. They were really,
yeah,
really bad. Um,
struggling.
where do you think realistically Liverpool are going to finish? Like we could
Good
actually
question.
we could finish above them, and we are complete shite.
I think you could. Yeah, I think if they don't change something, sort something out, like Arne Slot has got his work cut out for the rest of the season. But if they don't change something, they'll be, I don't know, top 8. I still think they can and are more likely to finish top 4. Um, but if the form continues for much longer, that they're going to have a battle on their hands just to get into the Champions League next season. And I think it's a massive for clubs like you and the smaller clubs of the league. It's a massive
I knew you were
opportunity
going to say something like
to
that.
get into to get into the top 4 or 5. Or it's probably going to be 5, isn't it, for the Champions League next season?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
huge chance.
On the
Where
Champions
do you think
League.
they'll finish?
Where do I think they'll finish?
Oh, go on.
It's
Sorry.
difficult 'cause we both predicted, didn't we? Like you predicted Liverpool wouldn't win a trophy, and I predicted Isak would be a flop. And
Yeah.
obviously the trophy thing could still come true, but it looks unlikely. It's really hard to judge because you're just
Yeah.
expecting them at some point because of the players that they got that they'll kick into gear and they'll get going. But I just feel the Premier
To
League at
kick
the
in,
minute
yeah.
is just it's not set up for Liverpool to win. Like if you just play direct against Liverpool with some real strong physical players,
Yeah.
you're going to get
Straight
chances
through
and
'em.
you're going to score goals. It's like a
Yeah.
cheat code against them. You're going to beat them. So, and I think everyone knows that. So, unless Liverpool can do something in January to solve that problem, I don't see that changing. So I think,
Yeah,
top 10 maybe would have been interesting. 9
that
or
would
10.
be a calamitous season if they spend nearly £500 million and go from title winners to like mid-table. That would be all-timer bad.
When do you reckon Slot is genuinely under pressure and might get sacked? Or do you reckon he's there now?
I was just gonna ask, do you think he's gonna last the season? Do you think he's under
I
pressure now?
I think you have to give him time because he won the Premier League, right? But
Yeah,
the worry that I would have is that he won the Premier League with a Klopp team that was completely set up to maximize the strengths of Salah and make Salah the best player in the league. Like it was all made so there was an outboard Salah and Salah could win us games. Slot has now gone, well, actually, I want to change that, and rightly so, and go, well, Salah's not going to be there forever. I want to bring players in who are going to play a bit more total football, like yeah, rather than be counter-attacking, let's really control the games and control possession. And it really hasn't worked. He hasn't been able to do that. And the concern is you're going, well, he won it with someone else's team, but with his
yeah,
team, it's really bad.
he's much
Um,
worse.
exactly, he's made it much worse. But I don't know. I think if he gets Champions League, I think he'll probably stay. I think if he
But will he get a
finishes
chance to
outside.
finish the season?
I think it depends. If they're in touching distance of Champions League, I think they'll keep him. If they looks like they're not going to get Champions League, I think they'll get rid. And it also depends about who's on the market. There's what manager is available at the minute that you would go swap Slot for. I can't think of any.
Don't know really. Yeah, I would. I would give him the season because I think if you win the league for somebody, you
Yeah.
you almost earn that right a little bit. And it's not like he's not trying.
Always
It's
trying
just
hard.
it's yeah. No, but he's not suddenly going, I'm going to fucking sabotage this shit. That'll be a laugh. But yeah, I think it's just like mad the immediacy of decisions and fans going from like being massively on board to hating your guts. It can happen
Yeah.
in like 6 weeks, even if you've done amazing things for that club. So I think he should have the rest of the season. And like you say, if there's no one better to replace him, how much better are you going to get with those players if they're playing that shit
Yeah, it's
in
true.
the first place? So I'd give him the season. Obviously, if it gets to a point where they're just losing every game, he's going to get sacked. But it's so close. So they've lost 6. They've lost half of their games, and they're 2 points away from 5th. So it's not dreadful. They're not completely out of it because the league's so tight. With the quality of their players, and obviously Anfield should be. It's not at the moment, but Anfield is a massive advantage to them with that home atmosphere. They should be able to get to turn it around and get back up there. So I'd give them the season, but let's see. It'd be funny if they sack him.
It would be very funny. I would like it a lot. Okay. Well, let's touch
Yeah.
on Newcastle City before we go into some LOB
Yeah.
business. So Newcastle do the typical thing they always do. It's like we're shit against anybody unless you're a big team, and then we're coming at you. Even though obviously you got a
They
massive
turn up.
result against them earlier on in the season, which I think will go down if you
Yeah.
win the league. It's a massive turning point, even so early on in the season.
Oh yeah, it's big. It was big.
Sign of intent. But they just turn up for the big games. Tonali and the boys love it when there's
At
when the
home
big
as well.
town. Yeah. They play really well. And I think Tonali's
Yeah.
a very good player.
Their whole midfield is, as much as I hate Bruno Guimaraes and Joe Linton because they're allowed to just run around and snap legs and referees just let them do whatever they want. I was all for that when they were playing City. So they, as much as I don't like them, their whole midfield is very, very good. Also well equipped for the Premier League, like physical, but they've got the technical ability, they've got the running power, they've got a bit of everything in central midfield. And then they've got players who are quick, they can score goals. Voltemade has been pretty good. Of all the striker signings, he's been one of the best. Although the fee was huge, but he's scoring goals. Harvey Barnes is starting to score. He scored again last night, didn't he? Your best
He
mate
did
Jacob
lots.
Murphy is scoring goals. Yeah.
What a terrible
Aubameyang. Did you see
prediction.
that? Aubameyang scored twice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, Eddie Howe mentioned him in the pre-match. He was like, "Look,
Did
because
he?
Aubameyang's obviously got a really good record against Newcastle, so he was like, look, Aubameyang's in really good vein of form. Got to watch out for him." Harvey Barnes puts him in front, and then Aubameyang comes back, and yeah, 2-1 Marseille. I think it was. Is that who you're
Yeah.
playing for?
It was Marseille, yeah. Yeah.
And fucking Haaland, it must be your year, mate, because Haaland goes through one-on-one and just absolutely, like, I don't know if he's worried that the goalkeeper come out so quick. And he just like scooped it and was panicked. I was like, this never happens. Never happens.
There were loads of big chances in the first half, especially, weren't there? And I think it was
Foden,
it 0-0 at
massive
half
one.
time? There were loads
Yeah.
of missed, like glaring misses, and Haaland obviously was responsible for one of them. But yeah, we were at, this was when we were at, on our date night, because they were the late kickoff on Saturday, and I was getting notifications, like trying not to look at my phone, but I was like, fucking come on Newcastle. I was just waiting for, like, you know, the back-to-back Haaland brace and City 3-2, and it never came. And yeah, it's a bad result for City, but Newcastle's a hard place to go as well, isn't it?
It is, and I actually think City can feel aggrieved a little bit. Did you see the potential penalty where Fabian Schär took out
The Foden one?
It's Stonewall.
Yeah.
I didn't understand.
If so, I always think, if that was against Arsenal, would I be pissed off, or would you take it? And that is, yeah, I would be pissed off. So I think that's a penalty. It's one of those where because the ball's kind of gone, the foul is immediately after the ball's gone. So everyone's sort of like, just, you know, get back up, turn around, carry on. But like, there's a massive foul. It's just after. I think, does Foden kick it, and then Schär kind of like, it ricochets into Schär and goes off, and then he just like stamps on Phil Foden's leg or foot.
Just absolutely takes him out, and
after the
Foden's
ball's
down.
gone.
Yeah. I don't understand how that's not a penalty.
Yeah, I think it is a Stonewall penalty. Boo fucking who, though, hey?
Okay, who do you think is your biggest rival then for the title? Are we talking Chelsea, City, Liverpool?
United?
Could be.
I don't think so. I still think City. Because they've got like the experience. They've got Pep. They've got Haaland. And potentially Rodri coming back would solidify their midfield and all that sort of stuff. So I still think City are our biggest rival. But obviously, I think we're coming on to Chelsea next, aren't we? They're looking good.
They are looking good. Like I said, when I watched them last night in the Champions League, I was really impressed. I'd heard some talk about Chelsea. I've not really watched them recently. I heard some talk about them. People saying, "Oh, they've turned good again," and like they're playing really good football. I was like, no, they're inconsistent. They've got, 500 wingers that all look and play the same. Like, they're not good. And then I watched them last night against Barcelona. I was like, woo, they looked like Caicedo looks immense at the minute in that centre of midfield. He looks every
really good,
player they signed. Neto played really well in that game. Yeah, they've got a really like Reece James. I'm a big fan of Reece James. Like you said before, though, in our conversation on WhatsApp, he's got to stay fit. If he stays fit, for me, he's amazing. He played central midfield actually last night in the Champions League for Chelsea.
Yeah, he's done that a bit recently.
Yeah, it's because his quality on the ball and his passing range similar to like Trent. He's amazing. He's really good.
Yeah, they've on a few games. I think, again, I don't watch them all the time. I watched them against Burnley because they were the early kickoff on Saturday.
Yeah.
This was as I was booking your stag do, actually. I had it on in the background, and they sit like I can't remember if they did it against Burnley, but in recent games and last night, they sit Caicedo and Reece James in midfield, and then you've got the four, like you say, miscellaneous copy and paste winger / attacking midfielder type players who just, run and cause havoc in the final third, and those two kind of shore up the defence for them, and also obviously Reece James gives them the ball progression to get it forward to those tricky attacking players. So they look pretty good, and they've got, like us, they've got players coming back from injury. I think they've got they had loads of defenders out, and they've got them coming back from injury, so they potentially have levels they could go up as well. So it's going to be a big game on Saturday, Sunday. I can't remember.
This weekend, yeah.
This weekend,
especially if you play Bayern. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what.
Yeah, this is really so. As we record, the Bayern game is in a few hours, isn't it? It's 8:00 tonight on a Wednesday, and that is going to be really, when the lineup comes out, that's going to be really interesting to see. I think we're going to know what to expect from the weekend's game then.
Yeah.
Because if Arteta rotates a lot tonight, which you could be forgiven for doing because we've already won 4 out of 4 in the Champions League, we could theoretically lose tonight and still easily finish in the top 8. I'm not saying we should throw the game, but we could. You can't really start the same 11 players for 3 games in a week of that like high level, because I think if you do, by the Chelsea game, their level's going to drop just because of fatigue. So tonight is going to be interesting to see whether, if he plays the same 11 or like 1 or 2 changes, he's obviously just going to do the same against Chelsea. If he rotates, then he's going to go back to the same team who played Spurs, I think, at the weekend. So that's going to be interesting to show what the plan is for the next game.
Yeah, just a quick one on that, because again, I'm conscious of time. But Champions League, I've never looked at the Champions League table, maybe because Man United are never in it. I love the fact that you get really big games. So like last night, Chelsea, Barcelona, like, oh great, really big game. But I never look at the Champions League table. Do you look at? Are you like really conscious of the Champions League table? Are you checking it semi-regularly?
Not really. No. The new format, I do quite like the sort of, you get 8 games against 8 different teams.
Yeah.
I like that element of it. So you see, like, you're playing more European teams in your season. I don't like that it goes on to January, because then the Christmas schedule's just done, and then you've got fucking 100 games in January as well. I think that's contributing to lots of injuries and players getting absolutely shagged by mid-March. I like the fact you're playing more teams, but the jeopardy is slightly gone, because I feel like with 8 games, you can lose a couple and still get into the top 8. I think 16 points last season got you automatic qualification to the knockout rounds. So 16 points is 5 wins, a draw, and 2 losses. And we've already got 4 wins out of 4, which is a brilliant start. But that then sort of takes away a bit of the jeopardy of some of the games. So like our last game is against Kairat Almaty, if I'm saying that.
You're going to play second string then, aren't you?
Yeah, and that's the 8th game out of 8. No one's going to go to that game. No one's going to watch that game because there's likely to be nothing riding on it. So I think the format's maybe contributes a bit to that kind of, apathy towards it at this stage of the season. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the old format, but it is what it is. I think the table doesn't really matter until like the match week 7 and 8. Because if you look at last season, PSG, was it PSG or Real Madrid, or some of the really big teams were outside of the top 16 until like the last couple of games.
Yeah, PSG had to go through the playoffs, didn't they? They nearly didn't make it through, and then end up winning the Champions League. Okay, no, fair enough. I was just interested because I don't pay much attention to it. We're not part.
You'll experience it one day, mate. Don't worry. Give it 20 years.
No, we're supposed to be better this year. We're not, because we're not in Europe. Turns out we're worse. Okay, we're not going to
point, actually. Yeah.
We're not gonna have time to get to McTominay, and I love him. He's amazing. What an overhead
The glory
kick.
of Scotland.
Nation Scotland. We are looking forward to having you down the World Cup, and we
should just give a Factor 50 shout out.
Yeah. We love you guys, and Ireland, because I'm Irish, of course. It's or at least a bit Irish, a little bit Irish. I did propose in Dublin.
Yeah.
Troy Parrott, amazing
just
scenes
ginger.
to get into the playoffs. I am Irish. My granddad is Irish. I could get an Irish passport if I wanted to.
Oh, really? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I could get an Irish passport. Yeah, there we go. But the big thing we wanted to discuss before we get on to the predictions, and we've only got 15 minutes, is Ronaldo's red card being rescinded for the World Cup. What do we think?
I think it stinks of filthy, dirty political corruption. I fucking hate it. It's so he so it's at the FIFA World Cup. So it's Gianni scumbag fucking whatever his name is, Infantino, and his new best mate Donald Trump. Then Ronaldo goes and visits Trump, and suddenly, oh yeah, don't worry, Cristiano, you can play. We're gonna, this rule that's been in place forever, we're just gonna, for the first time ever with no president, we're just gonna get rid of that for you. And coincidentally, that change that we're making means that you'll be free and ready to play for the start of the World Cup. Look how that works out. What a weird surprise. I think it's a fucking joke. It basically just makes a mockery of football and turns it into like a political who's who kind of thing. And I hate it. I don't like it. And even if it's nothing to do with Infantino or Trump and they're just doing it because it's Ronaldo, that's still horseshit. And he should fuck off and serve his match ban. If he doesn't want banned for the World Cup, don't elbow players. You stupid, useless twat, scumbag. That's
Say
all I've
how
got to
you
say on
really
it.
feel, Mike.
Yeah. Oh, I need to go and have a sit down.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
That was a rant. So I think that I would prefer players who get red carded in qualification not to have their games, not to have that ban follow through into the actual World Cup. I think it's slightly unfair. I think it should just be for qualification. It's just a bit. It's a massive, massive game. It very rarely comes around. So my initial feeling is that actually for all players that shouldn't be a thing. However, what you said is absolutely bang on. As much as I love Ronaldo, it's massive corruption. It's like plain as day. Like if this wasn't
Yeah.
Ronaldo, this would not be happening. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. And I hate that they can literally they could just do it in plain sight with their little photos of, look at me smiling, shaking hands with this wanker in the White House and this wanker, this old bastard who runs FIFA. And it's like in open, broad daylight. These scumbags, these human feces are just ruining the world. I won't get all political and everything because that's a different podcast. That's not for us to debate. But it is it's just because it's Ronaldo and he's pals, and you grease the right wheels and you get what you want, don't you?
Mate, half our listeners are from America and we've just lost half our listeners because of you. Well done.
If it's the good half of America, then they'll love it. It's fine.
Yeah, okay, fine. We'll see what the viewing figures are like next week. Right, we need to get to Adam and Mike's predictions. Jingle, please.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Nice.
Okay. Topical.
It's topical. I mean, it's still November.
It's literally a jingle. I was thinking about getting some jingle bells.
Okay. That'd have been nice. I like how you're thinking about this now. Right, let's have a look at it. So
it was Bev's idea.
Is it? Okay. Very good, Bev. Last week, I predicted Arsenal Spurs 1-1, which is obviously incorrect. You won 4-1. You nearly got a correct score in that game because you went Arsenal 3, Spurs 1. So you were very close to correct score. But that is a point to you, 0 to me. Then the United game, you went for 2-1 United, which is obviously wrong. So no points. Yeah. And I went for 1-0 United, which is obviously wrong again. So I got both results wrong, which means I get a minus point. So before coming into this week, I was leading 8-7, but I've got a minus point, so I'm now back on 7 points. You've got 1 point, so that puts you on 8-7. It's a massive role reversal. Mike is now leading.
The old switcheroo.
Here's the old switcheroo. Okay, let's have a look at this week's guemes, shall we?
Yeah, what are the fixtures? You've got Crystal Palace, haven't you?
Yeah, so we play on Sunday. Well, we both play on Sunday, but we're the early kickoff. Crystal Palace at home to Manchester United. I need to try and remember who predicted first. But
are you having the first prediction?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I'll go first because I'm losing. Maybe we do the losing
ladies first.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go for 2-1 United. I'm backing us.
God. That's a dreadful prediction.
What are you going for?
8-0 Palace. No, I'll go 2-0 Palace.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
I think it'll be easy. I don't think it'll be a contest.
No way.
Palace are really good. They're really good.
They are.
Glasner
really good.
has them well. Until we played wait, who did we play recently? No, I think Crystal Palace were pretty much the best team we've played this season, I think.
Okay.
They were really good. So
I feel like they've tailed off a little bit.
I don't know. They won at the weekend. They won 2-0 away at, I know was it Wolves they had? But they did the job. They're fourth, aren't they now, I think, Palace? I think they will swat you aside like the smaller club.
Yeah, they're fifth. Yeah, they haven't really tailed off that much. Okay. And the big game
tailed off into fifth.
Arsenal, Chelsea. What are you going for?
Big one. Am I predicting first on this one?
You're predicting first.
I almost, in a way, I'd rather you go first because then I could hedge my bets. But I'm going to go Arsenal win, of course, because I'm biased. I think I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal. I'm going to go for a classic. Back to a Mikel Arteta masterclass.
Okay.
Defensively solid. We're either going to hit him on the break because Chelsea will attack. They don't set up to low block anyone. We'll either hit him on a break or score from a set piece, and I will trust our defenders to shut them out. 1-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, it's a good guess. It's a tricky one, this one, because like I can sort of see this as like Chelsea maybe giving you some issues, but probably winding up as a draw. But I've actually come to the realization picking a draw in this game is not the best thing to do, because draw is the least likely option, and it opens you up to potentially getting 2 results wrong and a minus.
Yeah, you have just backed United to win as well, so you kind of need this result correct.
Okay, I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal. Hedging my
2-0.
bets. Yeah.
Do you want to just become a fan, mate? Do you want to just move over?
No. Do you know what? Life is not even good in my non-league. So for those who don't know, I live in Leamington Spa. Sometimes I go watch Leamington Spa play non-league football in National League North.
It's not as fancy as it sounds, is it?
No, they are like bottom of the league, 24th out of 24.
Oh.
They're doing really shit.
I thought they were good last season, weren't they?
Well, they were good last season. So we had a player called Cal, who was a local lad, who then got a move to Shrewsbury, I think. But he was our top goal scorer, and then we've just been shit ever since.
Oh dear.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
And that's the football pyramid working for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Take the good players and fuck them over.
Okay, well, that's an end of another Factor 50 football podcast. We didn't say at the beginning, but please do follow us, like, subscribe, ring the bells, whatever it is you want to do.
Bring those jingle bells.
Yeah, get in touch. You didn't do your shout out at the beginning to somebody who gave some really good feedback this week.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, shout out John, who gave us a really nice compliment about the special episode we did last week. He was saying that we got really into it and it was good. It was like a good old-fashioned United-Arsenal rivalry back in the day.
And if you didn't listen to the end of this episode, just remember, you're a prick.
Is that going to be our sign-off now?
I think that should be the sign-off. And then for the ones who do...
Hello, you bunch of pricks.
Yeah, the ones who do listen to the end of the episode are now no longer pricks. So, you can comment saying, I'm not a prick. There you go.
That's a good idea. Yeah. And that's how we know who's listening to the end. I.e., no one.
Yeah, not even us.
Yeah, I genuinely haven't listened to last week. I need to do that. I'll get on it.
Okay, great. All right, guys. Have a good week, and please let Man United win soon.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Catch you next week.
Bye.